I'm now seeing some journalists saying, what is going on? It makes no sense. But actually, it makes perfect sense if you've been tracking those behind this for the last 30 years, as I have. They are clearly not acting alone. And what is happening? We're seeing that very structure being implemented before our eyes. Why? Because it's not random. None of these events are random. They have been coldly calculated and planned for a very long time. This world is manipulated from the shadows by a global web of secret societies interacting with each other with a common leadership and a common goal. And that goal is the complete subjugation and control 24/7 of the entire global population. And this web, this cult as I call it, operates like a transnational corporation. It has a headquarters, in its case it's in the shadows, and it has subsidiaries in every country, operate within their sphere of influence, each country. And their job is to impose on their country the centrally dictated global agenda for total human control. So you have the inner circle of the cult at the top of the pyramid. Then you have the military police state imposing the will of the 1%, the cult, upon the rest of the human family, all over the world. And that imposition of the tiny few over the very many, it's meant to be imposed control via dependency by the human family upon the 1%. And to achieve that dependency, you have to destroy the independent livelihoods and independent employment of the human population. So they become dependent for survival on the cult-controlled governments. But what's the reason for it? Why are they doing what they're doing? It's to create what I call the Hunger Games Society, a global control system that operates within a pyramidal structure. Why? Because it's not random. None of these events are random. They have been coldly calculated and planned for a very long time. If you are going to create a situation where people are in a situation of dependency to survive upon a tiny few people running through countries and states and governments, well, you can try to find a solution to a problem, usually leads to more problems, or we can remove the cause of the problem. And the cause of the problem, what has created all this, is humanity's acquiescence with its own enslavement. Humanity's lack of a backbone to stand up and say no, not having it. Fascists do not impose fascism. There's not enough of them. Fascism is imposed by populations acquiescing to fascism. So people say, what do we do? Well, how about what we don't do? We no longer acquiesce to fascism. And that takes courage, it takes backbone, and it takes unquenchable determination. And we, human family, need that now until it is a tidal wave. This is really the time that we need to put aside all the fear and all the anxiety of what will happen if I don't do as I'm told. Well, what will happen if you do as you're told? We are going to end up in a global fascist state beyond anything that Orwell envisaged. And we're standing at that point now. How much longer are people going to ignore it, put their head in the sand, hoping the tornado won't get them? Well, the tornado's coming, and your head's still in the sand. If you lifted it and faced it, you might be able to take avoiding action. We have the ability still to to turn this around by refusing to cooperate with it. And the choices we make now will decide the future of human society. As far as the eye can see and the mind can imagine, we are here to stop that happening. The door is closing so fast, and when it does, it's going to be seriously difficult to turn around.